I want to tell you about an experiment that I did for decades. And it had to do with leadership and leadership styles. And I know it's connected to what's going on in our country now. And what I want to do is just build a case for democracy and for democratic leadership. Here's the experiment, and then I'm going to say how I think it's connected to what the heck is going on with us humans now in the United States. So, it was called Pins and Straws, and it literally was that. I gave 3 different teams a set of pins, straight pins, and a set of straws, a little bit of paper and some colored pens. And their mission was this, to build something that was beautiful, strong, and some other characteristic, and I can't remember right now. Now here's what was different about each of these teams. Prior to the experiment, I had chosen randomly 3 people to represent 3 different styles of leadership. One was to be a democratic leader, one was to be a dictator, and one was to be what was called laissez-faire, just hands off, just let them kind of do what they want to do. And I did this experiment over and over and over, and I did it with humans from many countries, many cultures, many different parts of the world. And what I think is significant is this, the results. I mainly want to focus on the democratic leader and the dictator leader because that was stunning. I can still remember one group, dictator leadership. This leader was so, you're going to do it my way, this is how it's going to happen, and he told them everything he wanted them to do. He told them what he wanted them to build, what he wanted it to look like, and he was with them all the way, telling them, and you could tell these people were kind of fed up with this guy. But I'll never forget what happened at the end, after they had built, and it looked like a little cabin structure. It was all done. It was so neat. Everything was just perfect about it. And when they were done, this leader said, "Tear it up. I don't like it." And the reaction of those people in that group, I thought they were going to reach across the table and choke his neck. Dictators. So that was just one example of somebody working under that kind of leadership. But that was consistent because, well, let me go to the Democratic leader. So the Democratic leader, they were told to accept ideas from all people in the group, talk about it, ask how they think that we should proceed, guide them, but not like the dictator at all. Ask for their input, listen to their input, use their input, the democratic type of leader. So, and they would build something, and it would take them longer because they were getting input from everybody. But at the end of all these experiments, there was, of course, a wrap-up evaluation. And what I want to bring to us today, and its effect on what's going on with us humans now in our democracy and what kind of leadership we've got, and where do we want to go with all of this? Trust me, even though it's messy, even though it takes longer, even though we want a democratic leader, we want a democracy, because when it's all said and done, the level of satisfaction is always, always, always higher with the team that had a democratic leader. Someone who listened to their input, somebody who welcomed their input, somebody who incorporated their input. Yes, it's messy, but it is ultimately something that brings so much more satisfaction. Dictator? No, not so much, because the satisfaction level was always, 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 always less than under the democratic leadership. The satisfaction with the product was always, always, always less. So my bottom line on this video is to say to us, we want a democracy. We want democratic leadership. I know it's appealing to just give over our power to somebody and just say, you know, just do it. Just figure it out. I don't care. But trust me, bottom line, we care. It's for the best. We want a democracy. We want a leader who values our input, because at the end of it all, we're much, 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 much more satisfied with the end product. Democracy, democratic leader. Let's keep that in mind as we go forward. Thanks for listening to my mini rant on democracy and dictatorship leadership in our human experience. Thanks for listening. This is Cath. Of course, I would love it if you would subscribe. Of course, I would love it if you would like this video. And of course, I would love it if you would share it. But at any rate, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again.